and hopefully going live. And I forgot to put up last week's episode. Oh no!
Oh.
What a time to remember. It's been a busy week.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'll try to get them both up tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'll try to get them both up
All right.
tomorrow. Ooh, and we're live, and then there was
Yeah.
echo. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no, echo. So,
Oops. Here we are. This is season 6, episode 3 of the best anime podcast in the world.
we're only the second best again. I hate to bring us down, but
Ugh.
when we started, I used to joke a lot about, or when it got canceled, I joked a lot about how fan service podcasts getting canceled meant we were now the best,
Mm-hmm.
but they're fucking back.
Yeah, they uncanceled.
Damn it.
Oh.
Fucking Crunchyroll picked them up, licensed them on Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll, when are you licensing us? Come on, we're waiting. It's been 6
Yeah, come on.
seasons. Get us on your main page.
Yeah, come on.
I will find you, Miles, and we're gonna have a chat. Probably about show Bako, but you know, I'll drop the hint that we should get our podcast in there on the side.
Yeah.
Anyways, that was the first bit of news.
Yeah.
The Rooster Teeth podcast is back on Crunchyroll, so if you need more anime stuff to watch, because we're not enough, which I mean, I understand everyone needs more
Mm-hmm.
anime in their life, but also shame on you. We're fantastic. We
Mm-hmm.
should be enough.
Yeah.
I guess they're talking about Attack on Titan 3 though, and
Oh, yeah.
we're not talking about that garbage. So if you like that
Yeah.
stuff, I actually don't know what they're talking about. I haven't seen it yet.
Nice.
Anyways,
Yeah. I added it to my plan to watch, and I might watch it eventually, maybe. I don't know.
it's an entertaining way to pass the time. Like watching
Yeah.
a stream. The real top anime that I've been watching is Penn and Teller Fool Us. So
Oh, yeah.
it's
very
what
good.
Little Witch Academia should have been. Anyways, I think we got some more news here that isn't
Yeah.
as silly.
Yeah. This
First,
first news, something I'm not gonna say excited about, but mildly interested in. It's the Magical Girl Spec Ops is getting an anime next year. It starts in January. Yeah, this was weird. I was not expecting this.
yeah. Well, you've been reading the manga a bit, right?
Yeah, I'm keeping up with it. It's alright. Yeah. This Hmm?
Oh no, keep going, keep going.
No, I don't know. I don't really have a whole lot to say about this. It's just it's kind of cool. I don't know. Like, there's a lot of really violent magical girl stuff, so I don't know that this is going to stand out very much, but it's a neat thing. It's pretty good. So
Yeah. Violent magical girl stuff has seen a popularity boost recently.
hmm
Uh,
oh
but
yeah,
the visuals in this trailer look really pretty and interesting.
yeah,
It looks like one of those turn off your brain and just enjoy the wild ride type series, kind of like Gun Gale was.
yeah. It is kind of that. It does get like weirdly really gory in ways. Like, there's one part of one of the early chapters where someone just gets tortured and gets like their feet cut off.
Huh.
You just show that. Yeah, so yeah,
Yeah,
heads up.
there's like... Oh, this is a giant... I thought this was... In the trailer, I thought this was someone's like face melting off.
Oh,
But it's just
oh
like a
no,
lava giant thing.
no, that's the apocalypse that they beat before the series even starts.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah, yeah, they're like in a volcano and fight the volcano or something. I
Yeah.
forget.
Yeah, it looks like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, I'll
it's,
probably check it out.
yeah.
There's one of these battle magical girl shows I really want to get. I
Mhm.
want to see get some like recognition or an anime or Western release because it's like impossible to find.
Mhm.
Uh, like only the first few chapters are translated. It is by Ejima Eri, I believe. Shoujo Kessen Orgia. That's it.
Oh
It's
yeah.
very similar to Magical Girl Raising Project, but I love the art style in it. And 4 of 19 chapters are translated. One day I'll read it all. One day.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember you mentioning that one before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Maybe
just love the
someday.
art style in it.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy this genre if it's. I mean, it depends. But this does
Hmm.
look like one of those ones you can just turn off your brain and it'll be fun.
Yeah, it probably will be.
Yeah. I think Volume 3 just came out
I
of
think
the manga in
so.
English, I think.
I'm pretty sure.
The fourth volume
Uh,
comes out August 21st.
ah, third one was supposed to be July 31st.
Okay, so it comes out at the end of the month then.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. It got delayed a month because it was
Hmm.
supposed to be at the end of last month.
Hmm.
Anyway, but yeah.
Weird. Anyways, moving on. San Diego Comic Con's been going on,
Yeah,
and
there's
they
been
had some Eisner Award stuff.
yeah. First one is My Husband's Brother wins an Eisner Award. It's
Yeah.
very cool.
The Best U.S. Edition of International Material Asia Award.
Yeah.
It is a very nice release, I have to say. I haven't gone to pick my copy up, like my own
Hmm.
self a copy up yet, but I've seen it in the stores, and it is a very, very nice release.
Yeah.
It's definitely one of the better, like, physical presentations of a manga I've seen in a while.
Hmm.
Um, I think one of the few that's come out in, like, the past year that I'd say is close is the Record of the Lotus War release, because
Oh
that one's
yeah.
also really nice, but I think the contents of My Brother's Husband is a lot more poignant and stronger, because, like,
Hmm.
Lotus War, the story's been around forever, and like, it's being done before.
Yeah.
It's nothing new, whereas My Brother's Husband is, like, it's one of those big new trailblazing LGBT manga that's coming out in the West now and really pushing this new wave of, like, Yuri and Yaoi and other LGBT stuff that doesn't fall into more, like, fetishization sections like some do.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's very good. It said it's competing against Ferrari, Golden Kamuy, Otherworld Barbara, and Shiver Junji Ito
Yeah.
stories.
I've never even
Which,
heard of Ferrari
yeah, me either.
or Otherworld Bob. Well, it was competing for Best U.S. Edition of International Material, but these other things I looked up, they don't even have a U.S. edition. How is it facing them?
Huh.
It's like Otherworld Barbara has two Japanese titles and a Taiwanese title. I don't see an
Mm.
English release.
No, I
Oh
found
no,
a,
Fantagraphics has it. Okay, never mind.
yeah,
Fantagraphics. And then
I found
Fanfare
Ferrari.
Ponent Mon did
Yeah, I found
Ferrari. Whew,
Ferrari.
I don't even
Yeah.
know these companies. They must be not. Well, it's US.
They're probably not like manga companies. They might be just like comics, graphic novels, and they just happen to get some manga now and then.
Yeah, this looks like it's only had 4 manga total. One of the
Hmm.
companies, because it's two companies, Ponent Mon as well, and the other one just looks like they work with them.
Yeah.
The other one licensed a few more, but yeah, they don't generally do a lot. I can see I can definitely like, I don't know the quality of their releases, but I
Hmm.
can definitely see was it Shiver? Who is the one that's on Fantagraphics? No, Shiver is Viz. See, I don't think Golden
Fan-
Kamuy or Shiver would win the best
yeah.
US edition, because their editions aren't different. Like, I feel like a lot. When you say best edition, I think, like,
Hmm.
presentation, everything, like hardcover price,
Yeah.
and they're just really
That's
standard. Though I could
that.
understand if they were like, because Golden Conway is, like, miles above a bunch of the manga released this year, but it's
Hmm.
not miles above my brother's husband or my soul exchange and my lesbian experience with loneliness. There's a lot of really good manga coming out, so I don't think one can win off just the story alone, unless if it's that amazing.
Yeah.
If it was popularity too, you'd expect Boku no Hero to win.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah. Which one is the Fantagraphics again? I just
This is Otherworld Barbara.
yeah.
It's Fantagraphics.
Fantagraphics I know does really nice physical releases. They were doing Wandering Sun. They're super nice releases, but they dropped the series halfway through, and I hate them for it.
Oh.
It's impossible to find Volume 3 in Canada for whatever reason. It's like $200.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I think I looked that up at one point. It's mega expensive here as well.
Yeah, I don't like because it's our print. I have, I think, volumes 1, 2, 4, and 5. And I think they got the first 8 volumes released in total or something. I don't remember, but I've said it before. I really hope with the Viz release of Sweet Blue Flowers that they'll do some sort of license rescue if it sells well, and pick up and release Wandering Sun there, because I really want a full collection. It's such a good manga. I also know they dropped around the time there's all that drama with the anime actor that was caught with crack. That also made it impossible to buy physical copies of the anime. And people are like burning copies and shit. Like, they're fucking crazy. It's like, you do drugs, you're evil. It's like, no, it's mental. Like, it's an illness. Like, just calm down there. You like, don't demonize everyone else's work because a background character who did voice acting in this. It's whatever, but
yeah. So, yeah. In other Eisner Award news, though, it was Rumiko Takahashi was inducted into their Hall of Fame.
Honestly, about time.
Yeah.
Rumiko Takahashi is one of the most famous manga authors of all time. This is there we go, load. Especially in the West, like Ranma 1/2 and Inuyasha are classics. They're staples. Like everyone's pretty much heard of them.
So, yeah. I don't know.
Congratulations to them. It doesn't sound like there's too many other Japanese. There's Osamu Tezuka, Kazuo Koike, Goseki Gojima, and Katsuhira Otomo. Although I think this is pretty new. Because I'm seeing other inductees include the award's namesake Will Eisner, Stanley, French creator Mobius, and Windsor McKay. And it doesn't list. This was their 4th time being nominated for the award.
Yeah.
I want to know how long they've been inducting people. I want to know more about the Will Eisner.
Apparently, the Eisner Awards started in 1988. Maybe 1987 is when the Hall of Fame started.
Pretty bad, but
yeah. Looks like for the first couple years, they're only doing like one or two people at a time.
Yeah,
started doing more. But yeah, not many non-Americans, looks like.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is... There's always been an issue with recognizing other countries' works outside the States. Like, lots of these. Like, you look at, like, who wins Best Animation every year or who's nominated, there'll be like one Japanese nomination, even though like 5 of their movies will be better than Boss Baby that's nominated. Like, there's a lot of racism that plays into it, but it's nice to see it getting better.
Yeah. I remember seeing something that a lot of like awards and big official bodies are like the Eisner Awards and like the Academy Awards and stuff are trying to become more international and have like made an effort to invite a lot more like especially Japanese people for manga and anime and movies and stuff. So they're trying to be better about it at least, which is good.
Interesting. It says they won the Best US edition of International Material Asia. It's an international material from an Asian country. Like, they get their own section. Other international has their own, but Japan has its own too, so it's weird.
Well, But
Oh no, it
Japan
looks like
stopped in
Japan
'09.
ended in it ended in '09 and
Yeah.
then became Asian. They threw the others in. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm seeing lots of stuff in here that is like I've never heard of this or who made it. Which is
Yeah.
interesting. 20th Century Boys got Owen. That's pretty crazy. There's a lot of
hmm
Osamu Tezuka stuff. A lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Old
It's
Boy,
not.
of course.
Yeah.
I like how there's the best comic strip collection. It only went 2 years in a row, and both of them were Calvin and Hobbes. And then there, I guess it just became best comics related book after. But
hmm
I,
It's pretty
they're
funny.
they're like we have to stop. Calvin and Hobbes will win every year. Just
Yeah.
shut it down. That would be a good anime. Yeah, that's
Yeah. That would be.
interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Oh yeah, there's a whole list of the Hall of Fame.
hmm
I'm curious how many manga artists are in here.
Probably very few.
Yeah, lots of
Like,
Disney. Lots of Disney.
yeah.
It's 9 pages.
Yeah. I'm looking at the list on Wikipedia, and I'm not seeing many Asian names.
Yeah. I know. I don't know half these names. Like, there's definitely some I would like. It'd be hard to say no, Asian
Yeah.
over this. Like, it is a comic award, so it was originally about comics, and it's like
Yeah.
people consider them different things, which is fair
hmm
because the genres are very different.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, there's Miyazaki in 2014, Katsuhiro Otomo in 2012.
Rube
Uh,
Goldberg's in.
yeah.
I did not know that he even made comics. I just you know about the Rube
Yeah. Oh,
Goldberg machine,
yeah.
nothing else. That's wild.
Yeah. That is
Alright,
weird. Hmm.
Matt Groening. Yeah, I'm just going through. I haven't hit a single.
Yeah, I'm not seeing many others
They're all
here.
white. Being like
Yeah.
two women. But that tells you something. Oh, three women.
Yeah.
Oh, Tove Jansson technically anime because Moomins. There's some Moomin anime, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a person I follow on Twitter
I'm
who's
pretty
really.
sure Tove Jansson's also or was LGBT.
Oh. Oh.
I remember something saying like Moomin's like based on her queer partner or something, or there was
hmm
something in the story that was
Yeah.
that they could never say. I don't know how true that is. It's just what you
Hmm.
hear.
Yeah. So, yeah, and Osamu Tezuka was in 2002, but I don't see any other
Yeah,
than those three.
Miyazaki.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a person I follow on Twitter who's really into comics, and they've been saying that like comics industry as a whole is like very very behind in terms of like equality and just giving people a chance, and it's very set in like the old boys club stuff, and
Well,
it's like
wasn't there that whole drama about one of their like editors or someone pretending to be Asian, but he was a white guy, and he like gave himself an award for
oh
like
yeah,
Asian
yeah, I
creator or
remember hearing
something?
about that. Yeah, there's some dude who pretended to be Asian because he was making like a manga style thing, and it would sell better with an Asian name on it.
Yeah, the Marvel's new editor-in-chief is a white guy who pretended to be an Asian to to get a job.
Yeah.
Made a pseudonym Akira Yoshida. Like there's stuff like this, which is so
hmm
like
That's
absurdly
awful.
racist. But
Yeah.
yeah, there was a policy at the time that barred Marvel staffers from also writing the comic books. And they're saying
hmm
like he pretended to be Asian to get around it, so he could do both, which is like,
Yeah.
and
Ugh.
yeah, he chose the pen name Akira Yoshida in the early 2000s to write a bunch of Japanesey books.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah.
The good thing is I've heard a lot of... There's been a lot better lately, like, was it Miss Marvel that's being written by a woman?
Oh, I have no idea.
I think there's been a lot more of those main superhero comics that women are now also getting chances to write storylines for. I think Miss Marvel is one of them, though I could be wrong, and I think the current Squirrel Girl,
Yeah,
I
I
again
think
could
so.
be very wrong. I don't follow comics well, but
Yeah, I think you're right. I think I've heard that too. Yeah.
anyways, comics aren't anime, but they could be.
Oh, yeah, they
What
could
what
be.
was that Stan Lee anime recently that you watched some of and was bad? A few seasons
What?
ago?
Oh, I have no idea.
It was like super stylized. Jeez.
Yeah, I have no idea.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
No, I
Oh,
don't.
okay. Let me go back a few seasons here. I need to go back another season.
Oh, is it The Reflection?
Yes.
Yeah, that thing I watched like 2 episodes of.
Yeah. Comic books is anime.
Yeah,
There we
I
go.
barely remember that. Jeez.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
God, this anime I forgot even existed from like 3 seasons ago. This is what seasonal anime does to us. Our minds
Hmm.
can't process it. I just saw Anime Gatari and I was like, whoa, that was a show. I remember
Oh,
liking that.
oh, right, that thing.
Too. Uh, Another show that people might have forgotten about,
Hmm.
Bungo Stray Dogs, Season 3. Hopefully people haven't, it just got a movie. I still have to see the movie.
Yeah.
Also, I love that this article has the Pochi Pochi, I think they're called, the
Hmm.
straps. I have like the entire first set of the World Trigger ones of those keychains. I was so
Yeah.
upset I didn't get the Bungo Stray Dogs one. There's one I really want, but they're like
Mhm.
super expensive now on eBay.
Oh.
And I missed out on the set 2 World Trigger ones. I'm hoping I'll find some of them at the convention this next
Hmm.
weekend, but they're very cute. But yeah, season 3. I'm super
Yeah.
excited. The voice of Atsushi, the main character, in the English dub, is actually coming to the convention.
Oh.
I'm trying to decide whether or not I buy the Blu-ray to get it signed for season 1
Ooh.
because I don't have it.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to get signed by him. I don't have anything to get signed by any of these actors because I don't watch any of the stuff they do.
Oh.
3 of them came together because they all worked on Final Fantasy 15 together, and the convention's like,
Hmm.
well, Final Fantasy 15 was big, but they're actually really popular at conventions. They're
Yeah.
like a hot commodity you have to fight for. So it's neat that iConvention, our little one, got them, but it also kind of sucks because I don't care about anything they do.
Yeah.
And we have issues. Apparently, I think I mentioned
Hmm.
this. There were people who actually turned down coming because of like they were worried about
Oh, yeah.
having to get back into the States and going back over the border. Like that's scary.
Yeah. Yeah, you mentioned that. That's awful. Ugh.
Yeah. So it's neat we got who we did. And of course
Hmm.
we have Greg Ayres as always,
Hmm.
ready to DJ and party his face off at Fishbowl Friday. I'm gonna get him to sign something I've already got him to sign because I have nothing new for him to sign. I'm thinking because he comes every year, I regret not doing it the past 5 years, but I just want to get him to sign the same thing every time. And he'll recognize me because I'll come up with it and it's like, you again. I guess I'll sign it again. And eventually I'll just be like marker and you won't even be able to tell what the fuck it is.
Oh, that'd be so good.
Yeah.
Oh, very good. So yeah, I think that's the last of the news this week.
Yes.
So yeah, should we get into what we've been watching this week?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
thinking we should probably spot the news stuff we talked about, just like where you can find it. We never do that, but I feel like we should
Hmm?
start, like
Wait, what do you mean?
like Magical Girl Spec Ops you can buy the manga, right?
Oh, yeah.
Seven Seas licensed it.
Yeah.
Uh My Brother's Husband, of course, you can buy the manga. I'm trying to think of who licensed it.
Wasn't that Seven Seas?
I don't think so. I think it's Dark Horse.
Hmm. I will look that up right
Or
now.
is it Kodansha?
I've actually not seen it here.
Pantheon Books. Never heard of them.
Oh,
Apparently,
yeah,
this is the
Pantheon.
only manga
Huh.
they've ever licensed. Is My Brother's
Huh.
Husband. So yeah, that's neat.
Huh. Well, that's a good one to do.
Maybe winning that award will push them to pick up more manga. That would actually be super cool if more
Yeah,
companies did that.
that
And then Rumiko
yeah.
Takahashi, I believe Viz has Inuyasha and Ranma 1/2. I think they have omnibus volumes. And then I don't know if the anime's up anywhere for those series.
Oh, I have no idea. Those
Bungo
are like
Stray
still available anywhere.
Yeah, Bungo Stray Dogs is on Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
The movie is not, I believe. I still need to find the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, they
Anyways.
push where people can legally find stuff so they don't have the excuse of, oh, I didn't know, you just talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
What did you watch or read this week?
Well, I didn't do much of either because I've been playing one of Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
I mean, that's pretty anime.
Yeah, it's very anime.
Yeah, it's like an idle JRPG?
Yeah. It's JRPG. It's very Persona-like in its mechanics. But yeah, you're a bunch of teenagers who are becoming pop idols. It's
The most surprising thing to me about you picking this up is I didn't even fucking know you had a Wii U.
oh yeah, I have like
what?
5 whole games for it.
Yeah, there are no games. This is like the only one.
Yeah.
I really hope this gets like re-released on like Steam or Switch or something, because this is a game I miss. I really want to
Yeah. Well,
play sometime. I mean, I saw my Wii U. I can always set up sometime. I mean,
yeah.
my Wii U just is my Wii now, so.
Yeah, it's Nintendo, so it wouldn't be a Steam release, but the Switch would be maybe. But the thing is, the game you have to play with the gamepad because that's where all like half the menuing is done on the gamepad, or not half of it, but there's a lot of stuff you do only on the gamepad, and so they would have to to make a Switch version. They would have to go in and make menu stuff for that.
Yeah.
For a single screen, so it would be probably a lot more work than it would be
than other games. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty good game. I'm enjoying it. It's good.
Yeah.
Like the characters are kind of boring a little bit, but I've only just started getting into like their side story stuff, so they're getting better, I think.
Yeah. It was always weird to me because it's a mix between Shin Megami Tensei and Fire Emblem, and then people played it and said it's not like either. You can't even tell they're mixed. Like the art style's sort of like Fire Emblem. That's about it.
Yeah, I don't know what the Fire Emblem in this is supposed to be. Like, I've never played a Fire Emblem, so I don't really know, but it just seems like maybe they did the character designs or something, because they look a lot more Fire Emblem-y than Persona-y. But yeah, I don't know, it's weird. It is very Persona, though, like, mechanically. It's got all the, like, you have to be, like, casting spells to exploit something's weaknesses, and then you get bonus attacks when you do that. It's very Persona-like that way.
Yeah, that sounds kind of like Shin Megami Tensei. But
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually Shin Megami Tensei, not Persona specifically, because SMT is TMS backwards.
oh, it is. That's awful.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
hashtag FE. Except
Yeah.
it's just like the character designer or something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So yeah, that's a good game. I've been playing that a lot this week.
I love on Wikipedia here it's talking about how like it was highly criticized along with technical problems and stuff. And there's no dub and all kinds of stuff. And then it's just like the last 2 lines. So the second last line finishes with "were criticized along with technical problems." Then the last line is just "the game was later chosen by critics as one of the best games for the console." It's because there were no games.
Yeah.
I wanted to get the deluxe edition of that game too. I wonder if I still can.
Oh, I'm sure someone's selling it.
Yeah, I can't see it selling out.
Yeah. There's an Amazon link here for the special edition for $155.
Is that the special edition just the game or this one that came with the Wii U? Because
Just the game. There's not a Wii U with it.
ooh,
It's
that's
got like
a lot.
it's got like a soundtrack, art book,
Yeah, for
game
150.
stickers.
Because it's like 250 for the special edition that comes with the Wii U
Oh
as
yeah,
well, I think.
yeah. I didn't know they did a Wii
Oh
U
no, this
version.
doesn't come with the Wii U. Never mind. This is just
Oh.
someone selling it for 250. The way it was titled made it look like it was. I don't know if I'd pay 150 for just that.
Yeah.
When it first came out, it was
That's-
only like 100 total, and that's like $30 more. It's like, yeah, I would have done that. It's like,
Yeah. This is too much for a collector's edition, especially for how little is in this.
yeah. But that's because it's sold out in a few years old.
Yeah. Very
Unfortunately,
true. Hmm.
us JRPG fans just have to suffer. But I've heard it has a fantastic soundtrack, so that's like why I would want that.
Oh yeah, the music has been good. It's very true. Yeah, I've been playing a ton of that. I did a little bit of reading this week because I got Land of the Lustrous Volume 6.
Oh yes, that came out, didn't it?
Yeah.
I need to pick that up still. I need to
Yeah.
catch up. I have up to volume 5, but I haven't read past halfway through volume 4, I think.
Mm,
I'm so bad at keeping up on it. It just starts getting dark. It's like I can't do this. Like I tried to go back
Yeah.
and catch up on Made in Abyss, and I'm like, it just keeps getting worse. I can't.
yeah. Yeah, Land of the Lustrous just keeps getting darker and darker. This volume is the one where they introduce Karen Gorm, and I had seen them in fan art and stuff, and like seen them mentioned. I didn't know how they got introduced to this story. And boy, it's wild. It's really wild.
Sounds
I don't want to spoil it for
fun.
you. Yeah. Oh, it's a thing.
I'd
It's very
imagine.
interesting. Yeah. It's like a really cool way to do it though. That is like unique to how the series can deal with characters. Oh, it's very good.
I
Yeah,
hope
and then
to find.
yeah.
I hope to find Land of the Lesser stuff at the con.
Ooh,
Hopefully
yeah.
more designs. I love the designs I have. They're fantastic. Blame Land of the Lustrous for getting me into designs and wasting money. God damn.
Oh, it's not a waste of money if it's Land of the Lustrous now.
That's true. You got the Japanese Blu-ray releases, right?
No.
I
those are
remember
way-
you were looking at those, but yeah.
Oh, I was close. I was
If
close
they
to buying
had
those.
subtitles, there's been a few shows where it's like if they had subtitles, I would just buy them at the Japanese prices because they'll never get an English release. And
Yeah.
that upsets me that they don't have subtitles because it's like you can make so much more money. Give me my goddamn releases of Babuki Baranki. That's all I want. Give it to me.
Yeah. So, yeah. Then a little bit of stuff I watched this week. I watched a new episode of Hanebado, which is still really good.
I haven't seen it yet. Please no spoilerino.
I won't spoil. It's very good though.
Thank you.
They introduced the blonde girl.
Hmm.
I don't think she was in the other episodes. She's weird, but I don't know.
Is she the one that they show with her mom being like her new student or whatever?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
yeah, yeah. She's a weird character, but
Haven't most of the rivals been weird? Like the pink haired girl? Like what the fuck's up with
yeah,
her?
that was, yeah, it's weird. But yeah, it's a good show. I'm looking forward to more, but yeah. And then I also watched the new episode of Haru Kanara's Eve.
Again, deep in the sports.
Yeah, I did not expect to be watching 2 sports anime this season, but here we are.
And I'm not watching either apparently this week. What is wrong with me?
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. How we're gonna receive is again a little iffy for me because like each episode has gotten progressively more fan servicey. And then in this one they had like a volleyball match, but it kind of seemed incidental to like, we're just gonna use this to do fan service stuff. And like at one point, like I don't want the show to be completely focused on the sports, but like they introduced this new technique in beach volleyball. It's like, oh, instead of going up to spike it, you hit the ball in a certain way. and then they don't explain why you would do that or what it's supposed to
Is that the
do,
one
or
where
like
you like
any.
hit it with the two fingers? I saw the gif of like the two knuckles.
Yeah,
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 it's like that. You would think would just hurt your knuckles. Like it looks like what they're trying to do is like in regular volleyball, where you just feint, you make it look like you're spiking, then just tap
hmm
over lightly. That's what it looked like.
yeah. I think that's what they're doing, but they do a really bad job of like showing how it's different from just spiking it.
And why would you do that only in beach volleyball and not regular?
Yeah,
Are the nets higher? I don't know.
I don't know. It's a weird thing. But yeah, they like just didn't explain that at all, and so it's like, oh, is this gonna be what the show is like? Because like, I want to least some sports. Like, I don't know beach volleyball. I need them to explain it to me. Like, come on.
I just want. I'm fine with the fan service if it devolves
Hmm.
into like lesbians at the end. Like, just give me. It can be as
Yeah.
fan servicey as possible if it's gay.
Hmm. Yeah. I don't know. There's been one character so far that I could see like, oh, she like definitely gives off a queer vibe to me, but most of the characters kind of don't. So.
So many characters in Hanebata give off a queer vibe, though.
Oh yeah, totally. Like you didn't watch this week's
I
episode, but it's very
haven't
good.
seen it yet. But
Oh,
yes,
it's very good.
sports shows are like famous for being super gay. Like
Hmm.
they always have been. Look at Joe, where we're going like him and Yuri. I could see
Oh,
it, or like when he goes and sees Mikio in the woods, I was like,
oh
what the
yeah.
fuck's going
Oh
on
yeah.
here? Booty
The
call in the
rendezvous in the
woods.
woods. Yeah. Oh, it's so good. It would so good if they did that. Oh, would have been
He
incredible.
just shows up at his random sex scene. Like, wait, what? Would have
Yeah.
blown my damn mind.
Like, just throw that out of nowhere, like
Would
episode
never have
11.
seen.
Oh,
Would never have seen that twist coming.
yeah. Like I wanted them to do that just for how completely different from the rest of the show that would have been. Oh, it was so good. But yeah. Yeah, that's all that I've watched this week. So yeah, mostly playing Tokyo Mirage sessions.
Well, I've been doing similar to you. Instead of watching stuff, I was playing I Am Setsuna,
Oh
which
yeah.
is pretty anime as well. I'm not super far in, but
Hmm.
it's pretty fun so far. My biggest
Yeah.
complaint is save points are not close together. So
Oh.
it takes a while. Like sometimes I'll be like, oh, it'll just be like half an hour till the next town. I can save there. There's no save in the town. I have to go through
Oh.
like all of the town's quests, go to another town, come back, then get to a boss to save right before the boss. I'm like, it's supposed to be going to bed in half an hour. And it's like an hour and a half later. I'm like, finally, I can sleep. Work's gonna be awful tomorrow. But yeah,
Oh.
so yeah, as far as it being a Switch game, it doesn't fit so well on the Switch where you think you can just like pick up and go for a short time.
Hmm.
But I mean, it's a JRPG, so that's a bit to be expected. If you're playing it not so much on the go and just like, okay, I'm gonna sit down and play this for a few hours, I'm sure it wouldn't be nearly as much of a problem. I just don't have a lot of time always, so I play a lot on the go or just sporadically, which is
Hmm.
why I haven't gone through many JRPGs lately. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's cute, it's fun, the aesthetic's nice. There's a lot of snow so far.
Yeah. That's every screenshot I've ever seen of that game has like snow-covered trees, and it's very pretty
Everything is
looking.
snowy. It reminds me so much of like where I live in winter, which is
Hmm.
kind of nice. You don't see a lot of like games where even like the welcoming nice areas that are supposed to be warm in like cities are covered in snow. It's usually like the ice try to make them look, anything that uses snow usually uses it to be desolate and like for
Yeah.
boating and stuff. But I'm Setsuna doesn't do that, and I really like that.
That's
It's
cool.
neat. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm also gonna, once I'm done this, I think I'm gonna pick up their new game.
Oh yeah. What
Uh,
is?
Lost Spear, I think, Lost Spear.
Oh yeah.
From what I've heard, people have said it's like if you've played I Am Setsuna, it's nothing new. It's almost the
Yeah.
exact same. But I mean, if I like I Am Setsuna, it's just more, right? I get to play like
Hmm.
another story with the same kind of system. It's kind of like why I like Tales games, even though they're all super similar.
Hmm. Oh, they're Tokyo RPG Factory games.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's who that company is. I've heard I've heard mixed things about all of their games.
I don't know the others. These ones I specifically also Square Enix has
Hmm.
licensed them, so I think that might help.
Yeah.
Uh, what
Well,
is it? Yeah.
Tokyo RPG Factory is a subsidiary of Square Enix,
Oh,
so
okay.
they're like wholly owned by the company. So that's why all their stuff's set. Oh, this is the only two games, maybe. All
Apparently,
Sphere and I Am Setsuna. I feel like there was one other, but I don't know. Wait, did they do? They might have done Bravely Default. Did they do that?
it
Yeah.
one of the things I like is it feels
Oh,
very like old school. Like
yeah.
I'm
That's
searching.
the thing. I remember Bravely Default was Silicon Studio.
Right.
But yeah, that's what I've heard about Tokyo RPG Factory is that they have held on to a lot of like old school
Classic old school. Yeah,
RPG
like
design
the
things.
overworld design, the even the combat, although it has like the RTA system, it feels like mixes or you do you remember the DS remakes of like the Final Fantasy games, like the Final Fantasy 3 and 4
Oh
DS
yeah,
remakes? It feels a lot like those, but slightly fresher.
yeah,
I really
oof.
like the characters and the character designs in it. They're really strong.
Yeah,
Um,
cool.
I actually think they'd be cool. Like they'd be a cool series to make an anime based on because of how the plot works.
Mm-hmm.
This one gives off heavy Final Fantasy X vibes. If Titus was like, I'm
Not
gonna
terrible.
I'm going to murder Yuna, like that's the plot twist. Um,
Huh.
I did also pick up Shining Resonance Refrain. It
Mm-hmm.
just came today, so I haven't gotten to start playing it yet. I'm probably gonna start. Maybe not after I Am Setsuna. I'm probably going to do finish off the Little Witch Academia game, but
Yeah.
or no, because this will be my next Switch game because I need portable.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be my next portable JRPG I'm playing on the go. But yeah,
Cool.
it'll be neat, good anime stuff. And then for manga,
Yeah.
so I found out this manga I had read a tiny bit of finished. It's called Seito Kaicho Desuga Joso Hajime Mashita. I
Mm-hmm.
butchered that pronunciation, but it's a gender bender comedy. Um, there's no illusions that the character is going to end up being like, "Oh, I'm trans" at the end. They don't do
Mm-hmm.
that, but they're also not like, "Oh, you're disgusting for doing this." It's like, it's just dumb, cute. That's about it.
Yeah.
There's
Cool.
not more to it. There's not less. So it was
Mm.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was an okay way to pass the time. It's just one volume, 19 short
Mm-hmm.
chapters. Yeah, so just finished that off. And then the new chapter of Shuraiteki ni Shindakira came out, chapter 12.
Mm-hmm.
And main girl's got a date with the other girl.
Oh.
Although it's not really a date. But it's all about her like phoning to try to ask the other girl to hang out or spring break or summer break.
Yeah. Oh.
And she does it. And it's like, yeah, you go. You
Nice.
hyper gay.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and then I did watch some anime as well.
Oh.
Um, I watched another episode. I've gone back to it. I'm watching A Place Farther Than the Universe. So
Nice.
I've finished episode 4 now, and I do plan to finish this. Like I loved it when I first started watching. I don't know why I stopped, but I've gone
Mm-hmm.
back. I'm gonna make my way through it now. It's one of the
Yeah.
shows. There's so many I need to finish. So this is like my if I'm gonna watch anime instead of play a game or something before I go to bed. This is the one I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
like pop open and watch an episode of.
Yeah. I need to go back and finish that. I have like 3 episodes left or something.
Yeah, yeah, you got farther than I did. What?
Yeah.
When you stopped. And then
Oh.
I also watched episode 3 and 4 of Yamano Susume.
Mm-hmm.
And this character I've been waiting to show up that I'm like, new character in the opening. I realize, no, they're from last season. They show up in one
Oh.
episode. I know who this is. But the weird thing is, an OVA episode also dropped today. Like
Oh.
Crunchyroll dropped it with episode 4, and I couldn't figure out which came where. And like, wait, which one's the next one? And like, the canonical line, the
Yeah.
timeline. Oh no! So I just watched this week's episode, and I'm going to go watch the OVA later because I did start it up and it started recapping the older season. So I think it's probably being used as like an older season
Uh,
recap due to the fact that they're missing a season on
yeah.
Crunchyroll. I'm not sure, but we'll see. I'll see how it is.
Mhm. Okay.
Still a fun, cute show. If you can find the seasons that are missing, I'd highly recommend watching it.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's just fun. I really want this other girl to show up again because now that I remember who she is, it's like, oh yeah, she's cute. She's like, I just want to take pictures and gloomy, but
Mm.
not gloomy. Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of all I watched. I didn't get too much. It's been busy.
Yeah.
Probably won't watch much either next week. But I'll get to talk a lot about the Animecon, so I'll have
Oh,
stuff to
right. The
talk about then.
Animecon's coming up.
Yes. Friday.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. You get Greg Ayers to sign my Chrono Crusade DVD again. The
Cool.
last time he wrote big thanks from a little devil, but he wrote thanks as THANX.
Hmm.
What a goof. Yeah,
Silly.
I don't think I have anything else that he's voiced in, unfortunately. I have that
Mm.
issue a lot. I mean, I could get prints of a character from something they voiced in.
Yeah.
Wait, he voices Nishinoya in the Haikyuu dub, doesn't he? I could just get Haikyuu.
Yeah.
I think if you could get anything signed, like any sort of merch you have or could get by
Hmm.
any person, what would you want?
Mm. I don't know. It's a hard question. Because there aren't many things that I can think of that I would associate with like a person that I would really want them to sign. So I don't know. Oh, I have no idea. Because also I just don't have a lot of physical stuff like outside of the manga I get.
I mean, also any physical thing you could get.
Yeah.
I'll give some examples. I have those really nice Demoto Bene Ruby figures.
Hmm.
I'd love to get those signed, like just the bases signed.
Yeah.
Or this is like it would be the golden one. Get the replica guitar
Hmm.
of either Yui or Azusa from K-On! Like that model of guitar they have in the show, and get it signed by the Japanese and English voice actresses.
Oh, that'd be really good.
Yeah, that's like one of the things I'd be like, this would be amazing to have. Well, I'll never get it because those guitars are
Yeah.
expensive, and I would never meet the Japanese voice actress probably.
Oh, yeah. Probably be hard to get a hold of them. Yeah.
Or the
Yeah.
Soul Eater Soul Art volume signed by Atsushi Okubo. Those would be up
Ooh.
there for me as well.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah,
Still
I
not
don't
thinking
know.
of anything? No?
No, not really.
Well,
Like, I don't know. The only thing that comes to mind is like, I don't know, I get a Land of the Lustrous thing signed by the author Haruka Ichikawa, maybe. But even then, like, I don't feel super passionately about that. I don't know.
get,
I'm
get,
not big on I'm not big on getting stuff signed, generally.
I guess that's fair.
Yeah.
Get the Fos figure, get the base of it signed by her voice
Mhm.
actress. Or their voice
Mhm.
actress.
Yeah. That could be good.
Yeah. I forget her name, but the person
Mhm.
the actress who voices Fos also
Ooh.
voices Kumiko in Hibike
Cool.
Euphonium. And someone did like a whole video on the
Mhm.
way she specifically brings characters to life a way no one else does. So the weird noises and
Mhm.
squeaks and stuff she does that are
Oh,
so in
yeah.
character no one else can really do, and it's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Tomoyo Kurosawa.
Mhm.
It's who voiced Foss. But yeah. She's very good.
Mhm.
She does very good noises. Got very good Foss noises. Land of the Lustrous.
Watch Kumiko for more, not Fos noises, but
Mhm.
Kumiko noises, which are just as good. Watch season 1, don't watch season 2.
Okay. Keep that in mind. So
Oh,
yeah.
wait, watch the first
Yeah.
episode, maybe 2 of season 2. Whenever they go to the
Mm,
festival, just end it there.
okay.
End it
Okay.
after the festival. Let it pretend it ends there, and it's gay.
All right. Okay. I'll keep that in mind then. Uh, oh, there was one last thing I wanted to mention this week before we get into book club stuff. Was there's a new Battle Angel Alita trailer came out for the
Right.
live action movie.
I saw you tweeting about that.
Yeah, it's like maybe not terrible. I don't know. It looks expensive, so there's that.
It looks expensive. That's a good way
Yeah.
to say I don't know if I trust this. Do you have a link to
Yeah.
it so I can play it?
Yeah. I'll drop it in Discord for you. But yeah, it's like
I saw people like complaining about it already and how they swore about
oh
it.
yeah. Yeah, they changed one of the major plot points in it, which is weird. Because there's the Alita
God.
gets like a different body, and like they changed it from the Doctor finding it to Alita finding it. That doesn't make sense. I don't know why they would do that. That's weird. I don't know.
I hate
know.
her eyes so much.
It's really weird.
Those hands
See,
are super pretty though.
Yeah. It's weird in some of the scenes her eyes look small. And so it's just like, I don't know, it's strange.
Some of the CGI is like really awkward and it's like really obvious a face is green screened onto a robot body.
Yeah. It's very strange. But yeah.
It looks
I don't know.
wild. It looks like, again, one of those things. Just turn the brain off. Enjoy.
Mhm.
Just don't
Yeah.
think about it. Just
Yeah.
oh god, it's gonna be like an action scene. I'm gonna miss all because I'm going to be suckered into those giant eyes. They just like consume you.
Yeah. God, the more I see them, just the weirder they look.
I don't like it. I don't
Yeah.
like it.
It's so strange.
Well,
Yeah. The other weird thing about this is that like they've mentioned that, or not mentioned, but they've cast people in it that are going to be in the rollerball arc, which is like a sport that Alita gets into, but like they don't show any of that. But then they've like shown props from it and stuff, and it's just weird.
is there a sequel? Are they already making a sequel?
I was wondering if that's supposed to be like a big reveal of there's all this action stuff, and then by the way it ends at this sports thing. It's
Wait.
really weird.
Wait, this is a James Cameron one, right?
Yeah,
It could just be 4 hours long.
that's true.
It could be. It could be that like 3 arcs.
Oh god,
Oh,
James
no.
Cameron is he's not good. He's not great. He's okay. He needs an editor. He always needs an
I
editor.
saw a really good talk about like the evolution of movies, specifically superhero movies
Mhm.
lately, and how like when the first Iron Man and stuff came out, it was fantastic because there wasn't anything else like that.
Yeah.
Oh god, what's his name? Whedon like opened the way for like
Oh,
sort
yeah.
of feminism in sci-fi. It's like sci-fi feminism 101. But then
Mhm.
are they called the Harvey brothers? Who made all the new stuff?
I have
directors?
no idea.
Anyways, the new
Not a
director
clue.
guys came and they kind of like busted that down and it was like, well now it's like 404.
Mhm.
So Josh Whedon refused to like change, and his movies just became bad, and he was eventually taking out products because no one cared anymore. They were all the same. Where you would get better with these other directors who were more progressive, and now the same thing is happening. Where like, is it Taiki or Taika?
I have no idea.
Waititi, I want to say the director of Thor Ragnarok. He's come in. He's
Yeah.
blown all of their way. He has like female-led hero characters that aren't sexualized, aren't just there for sexual. And it's like now they're going back to like the Infinity Wars, and people are like, it feels kind of awkward again. The female heroes kind of feel weird and stuff in retrospect, and it's like because we've seen better now, but they're not writing stuff better. And I feel like that's like one of the big issues with James Cameron. Is he'll start a movie or a project like 5, 6, 7 years before it comes out. So by the time it comes out, it has all of the like cultural views and ideas from like almost a decade prior. And it just feels out of place and doesn't fit. And I feel like that's one of the issues with a lot of his stuff lately.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
there was other
Yeah.
news though.
Oh.
What's her name who did the that one movie? Is it Jennifer
Mm.
Lawrence? Where it's like they tried to digitally make her more Asian. Ghost in the Shell. Her and that
Oh.
director were gonna make another movie together where she was gonna play a trans man. She
Oh. Yeah.
actually stepped down from Backlash.
Yeah.
It
I remember hearing
actually
about
happened.
that.
People got her down. Too bad they didn't manage to do so for Ghost in the Shell, but she's learning. You're gonna flop again. People are already pissed at you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is nice seeing things changing in Hollywood, and that might actually help, like,
Mm-hmm.
with like Western adaptations of anime, because they might actually,
Yeah.
get input from the original creators. They might bring in,
Yeah.
like, Japanese actors and
Yeah.
actresses for parts that are clearly Japanese, like Major Makoto.
Yeah. Oh. Jeez. Yeah. So, yeah. Shall we get into book club then? Let's leave anything else.
Sure. No, I
Yeah.
don't think so. I did
Okay.
my rant of the week.
Yeah. Yeah. So we start with Alderman, maybe?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I've gotta say, watching
Mm-hmm.
this again, there's the whole turn your brain off thing I mention a lot, but I can
Yeah.
really see, as much as I hate Itsuki,
Yeah.
I understand
Ikta.
or Ikta. Why am I saying
Yeah.
Itsuki? Who the fuck is Itsuki?
I don't know.
Anyways, Ikta. I can see why people like him. I like him as much. Like, I was joking before. I'm like, was it I'd take Kirito over Ikta?
Mm-hmm.
I think now it's opposite. As much as I hate Ikta, it's like, or I'd take knowing Kirito in person over knowing Ikta, but I understand why people would like Ikta more as a character to watch, because I think
Mm-hmm.
everyone's kind of had those moments where it's like they feel like they're putting in so much more work than everyone else and being like so much better, and it's kind of like,
Mm-hmm.
why am I even trying? Like, these other people are doing like a way worse job. They're not trying, and they're getting ahead.
Mm-hmm.
I should just. I'm gonna be lazy as fuck. I'm not gonna do anything, and I'll still be better than everyone. And whenever
Yeah.
someone tries to call me out, I'll just prove them wrong and do better. And I
Yeah.
think a lot of people relate to that. It's not the best mentality, but I can
Mm-hmm.
understand it. Especially like, I think it's a common mentality in high school, which I'm sure this series is partly aimed towards.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like he's such a power fantasy for like the idea of, I don't want to do anything, but I want to be the best. Like, I don't
Yeah.
want to be lazy. I want to be rude. I want to do what I want, but still prove to everyone that I'm better than them. Which
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like a power fantasy you can watch, which I actually like more because you can kind of like watch it from the outside and see how it plays out, compared to
Mm-hmm.
like characters like Kirito that don't have that. Like they have all like the power behind what could be a power fantasy, but it's more of a self-insert. Where Ikta
Yeah.
isn't so much self-insert because he does have his own plot and backstory, which they're starting to build, like with like his master and stuff. And he has like, oh, I eat bugs and like I'm gonna piss everyone off. He's not just like Kirito, who's like, I'm a blank slate for you to project onto. So
Yeah.
I think he's a much better character in that regards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I do kind of agree with you. Like he's an okay character, but I just like he's a good execution of that type of character. I just hate that type of character.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
It's
the
like,
yeah, the like, oh, he's actually a genius, but he's lazy and he's perfect at everything he does, but he just doesn't want to do anything. Like I hate that so much.
my favorite
Oh, he's trash.
my
Yeah.
favorite of those characters that I've ever
Mhm.
seen was in The Legend of the Legendary Heroes, I believe it's called. And the main character was like, he's like that, but he also has this stupid Deus Ex Machina superpower where it's like everyone has like their own country's magic, but he can just copy everyone's magic. But he can also go berserk and just accidentally murder everyone around him. So there's like that downside, and that's why he's always lazy. It's like, well, fuck it. If I'm not, everyone dies or whatever. It's like he's that awful lazy character, but it's played up to a more comedic sense, and it's not so much, yeah, I'm cool and badass. He's like this awkward, like oh, he's in cool badass mode. Oh wait, he's killing all his friends. That's not very cool and badass. Like, that kind of sucks. Like, just awful
Yeah.
things happen to him for it, and it's like kind of what you would almost expect would actually happen to a character like that. Like, they just get into awful fucking situations over and over again because of the fact that they're like that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah. I was thinking at the end of this episode, I was thinking I really hope that at some point in this show, I'm not actually expecting this to happen, but I'm hoping that Ika gets challenged by someone who is like a better commander than he is, and he's like getting outsmart, needs to like dig deep to find, like, he has to actually try really hard to be good instead of just naturally being good at something for once.
I was
That
thinking.
would, yeah.
Sorry, go. Yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off. I thought you were done with the point.
No, no, it's just finishing up is like I really hope that they do that instead of just having him constantly be like good at everything effortlessly, because that would get really boring after 12 episodes, I think. But I don't know. See, what were you gonna say?
I was hoping that he'd be in a position like that
Mm-hmm.
where he gets the answer. Like, it's something where it's like he should just do something really obvious, but he's trying to overthink, and he
Mm-hmm.
just like Matthew just comes in and is like, why don't you just do this? And like he just gets like the help from those around him. Like, he can
Yeah.
rely on them. Or like someone who he's like considering better than the whole time. It's like sometimes you just have to think about it less. Like, you can't just always think about it, overthink it. Sometimes you have to just do it.
Mm-hmm.
And have like Matthew just like save the day with some move, and it's like, oh
Yeah.
shit. Something like that,
Yeah.
I think.
I really hope Matthew gets a good moment in the spotlight, because they've just been like bagging on him the entire time.
Yeah.
No, I don't want him to just be the butt of jokes, because it sucks. But he is that trope, so I'm expecting them to do that. So I don't know, but I hope they give him something.
Yeah, I think I had a... No, I didn't have a conspiracy theory for this show. I have one for the next show.
Ah,
I have
ooh,
one conspiracy theory per show. Um,
ooh,
that like this show is all about conspiracy theories and like the political backstrokes of what's
Mhm.
going on, which is like, I'm curious with this mock battle. They clearly took the girl who is stronger for their team, but it's like, do you think they're gonna betray her or try to like pin the blame for the loss on her or something? Because they're clearly
Mhm.
going to lose to Ikta.
Yeah,
I'm very curious about how that's going to happen, but it's hard because the princess is there watching, so they can't really pin the blame on her too. So
hmm
yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. It's clear that Ikta's going to win. I'm a little
Yeah.
upset. They mentioned like, oh, why don't you have a map? And they're like, I memorized it. I don't have to see it.
yeah,
We never get to see the map before it, which I kind of don't like. I would have liked to have seen the map so we could like try to theorize ourselves what kind of strategy they would try to use to win. Like, we know, we just see them lined up at the river, and it's like, he's gonna come to rush and face us, and it's like, so you're gonna just fire over the river instead of in an open field? That's no different. Like, there has to be a strategy
Yeah.
here, but you haven't given us any of the details for us to
Yeah.
try to figure out what that is, and that kind of annoys me. I wish
Yeah.
there was some more, like,
yeah.
to let you guess. Because they mention
Yeah.
chess so much too, and such a fun part about chess when you're watching like really high level players play is to try to sit there and try to guess what move they're going to be like. Can I make the right move as well?
hmm
And that's one of the issues why the Sherlock show fails so hard is it doesn't let you ever try to figure it out yourself.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Totally.
But again, that's why this becomes it. Just turn your brain off and enjoy. Don't try to overthink
Yeah.
it. Just watch Ikta be an asshole, but breeze his way through everything.
hmm
Although I did like that they showed he's not infallible. Like, he sucks. He's not like super fit. He's like getting lapped by everyone.
Oh yeah.
It's probably a mix of him being lazy as well, but like
Yeah.
they did show that like he's not just good at everything.
Yeah. He's not this totally perfect person. He has some weakness.
Yeah.
He has at least one thing.
Yeah, like he also gets the shit being out of him, and he can't even fight back. He needs someone else to come do it.
Yeah.
Although he knows they will. clearly he's more of the I'm just gonna outsmart you, which I think, again, a lot of people like that because they're like, oh, the bullies are gonna get what's coming to them because I'm smarter type.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
I I like the idea that, or I liked what they did with it. It's like his sub commander is like, you were sleeping with my mother, and it's like,
Yeah.
wait, how old is this guy? I don't know how old these people are. It's like you fucked her mom. You
Yeah.
you're technically the, she has a sister because of you now. Like, imagine. But when I first saw her with the freckles,
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, is she like Matthew's sister? Because she looked
Oh.
like it.
Yeah.
She could have been. What if she was? And it like comes out later, like, wait, you were fucking Matthew's mom?
Oh man, that'd be vile. Oh,
Yeah.
they should do that.
God. Just call me Dad.
Oh no.
God, no.
God, there was something when they were having that talk when Ika and Suya were talking about like their mom and stuff. It was like there was something in it that made me think like Suya might start having a crush on Ikta later on. Like, oh, he'll prove to be a really great commander, and she'll like fall for him or something. I'm like, oh, I really hope not. That'd be bad.
Yeah.
Ugh, but I could see it.
Let them be gay. Let them be gay
Yes.
characters, please.
Yes.
Like, if, I'm forgetting their names again, but if the red hair and the princess get together, ooh.
Oh,
I
yeah.
really
Yeah.
don't want it to be Ikta and the princess. I would be so upset. There's
Yeah.
that final scene in the opening where it's like you can either perceive it as, oh, they're gonna be together, or you see her like stretch her hand in the background shot, and so it's like she's shattering his life in hopes and dreams because she gets him into the military. Let's hope that's all it is, and not also secondary reaching out to the hand in marriage. It's like, no, please don't.
Oh. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Next episode,
Yeah.
green-haired boys get beaten. Beaten badly.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to play this? I still don't know how to pronounce
Wait,
this.
I also there was some
Huh?
really weird
Huh?
stuff, like just randomly, like a weird obsession with centipedes this episode.
Oh yeah, that was weird.
Just like, just take off the head, and then like later,
Yeah.
don't worry, I took the head off. It's like, these aren't the same guys. I don't think they'll get that reference.
Like yeah, that was bizarre. I
Yeah.
was like, oh, I feel like that's there just to seed the thing. Like, oh, Ikta's really he knows a lot about bugs, and like maybe that'll come up later, and they just wanted to seed that now. But I
Like,
don't know why
you
that would
didn't
be
need
like a
two
major thing
scenes.
later.
You don't need two
Yeah.
scenes. I do get later with Remy's brother where he's talking about how Remy's a coward and stuff, and he's crying and screaming over this centipede. It's like, it's supposed to show like who the real coward is, but like it's not.
Yeah.
It's not a good.
I mean, to be fair, if someone dropped a centipede on my face, I'd probably.
Yeah. It just felt so forced because of the fact that we already had the centipede scene.
Yeah.
Like, if it was just one of the scenes, I think it wouldn't have been as weird. But it's because there's two centipede scenes. It's like, damn, they
Yeah.
really like centipedes, don't they? This is an ongoing theme, I see.
Yeah.
I'm half expecting them to do some kind of like, oh, this strategy is we're gonna break into like, they're gonna like copy the strategy at some point in this series that the Ninth German Army did at the end of World War II in their breakout from Berlin, where they tried to link up with the 12th Army to go to break through to the west to surrender to U.S. soldiers instead of the Russian that had encircled them, and they made a convoy in an attempted breakout in sections like a caterpillar. And I'm waiting for them to explain this whole strategy, but be like, in sections like a centipede. Like, there's my conspiracy theory. That's gonna be this like convoy breakout of an encirclement strategy where they could like equate it to a centipede.
Yeah. Oh, I bet it'll be that they'd be like, oh, if you it'd be like the military convoy, and they say, oh, if you cut off the head, it's like a centipede. You cut off the head, and that's where the venomous poison is, or whatever.
Yeah, because that's where
And
the commander is
commander's-
shit.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
Oh. Oh, that'd be real dumb, but it would make sense. So, yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's all I've got. Yeah,
Let's move on to Pleiades. I
Pleiades.
think that's
Yeah,
how it is.
I think you're right. Pleiades, something like that.
Hokago no Pleiades.
Yeah, the Subaru anime. The girls who are maybe cars.
The girls are made cards. Wish upon the Pleiades. Pleiades.
Yeah,
Pleads.
Pleiades. I don't know.
So Minato
Hmm.
still questioning the gender. They might be gender neutral. They might be trans.
Yeah.
I do have a conspiracy theory for this series, but we'll go through the scenes and I'll tell you when we get there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't have very many notes for this episode, so
I'm trying to remember what order everything writes in.
yeah.
I really liked what they did with the. Oh yeah, we're all kind of we all sit in the same spot. Just all of our timelines
Hmm.
were from like different timelines where we sat in this spot, and certain things had to happen for us to sit here, like the other person going to a different school.
Hmm.
Which is why they both thought the other left them because their original timeline the other had. And then
Yeah.
they're kind of all brought there, and the like black-haired girl just like randomly pulls out a desk, and they're like, yeah, every time she
Yeah.
just pulls it out of nowhere, and no one knows why or where. But it's like they all originally sat in that desk,
Hmm.
and then their like plot lines connected, and it confused everyone.
Hmm.
But I think that's really interesting because it plays off like, is this the original timeline? Are the other timelines going to be original? Are we going to start hopping timelines? And like, are they going to like somehow get trapped back with one where like one of the other girls doesn't know them or something, or
Hmm.
like if they lose their magic powers or something? And I think it's very interesting what they could have done with like the character dynamic. I'm a little upset it felt like they settled it all between
Hmm.
Aoi and
Oh yeah.
Subaru this episode, but they might bring it back up later again. But it felt kind
Yeah.
of settled. I'd like to see
I
more of it.
yeah. I feel like they could do a little bit more with it because yeah, there's like not the conflict that there was in the first episode anymore, but it seems like there's still something for them to talk through a
Yeah,
bit.
like they could like explore some of the other girls too and how they like fit into it with. Well, I
Yeah.
sat in this desk. Neither of you went to school or whatever, like type thing.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah. And I just want to mention it was real weird at the start when Nanako had a witch hat and a cape on, and like everyone was just cool with that.
she,
Like
she's
no
just
one
going to
mentioned it.
school like it, and like
Yeah.
I love how the teachers are like, "Hey, can you wear something else?" No. What about a lab coat? Maybe. Like that
Yeah.
fits my fashion.
Yeah. That was so weird. And then the
She's just wacky.
yeah the the thing where Nanako talks when like the alien talks and Nanako
And
translates.
her voice
At first,
changes?
yeah, kind
Yeah.
of. But the thing where the alien and Nanako talk at the same time, like that's a cute idea. But then I hate hearing like it's so discordant. The
Yeah.
two voices, it's so weird. I hate it.
Oh yeah,
But
it's also
oh,
it's also really weird to me, but interesting because it's like
hmm,
she actually talks differently when she's translating. Like usually she has
hmm,
this kind of deeper, breathier tone, but when she talks, like when she translates, it's like higher pitch and stuff. And I almost wonder if it's not her translating, but the alien speaking directly through her and just using
hmm,
her, like a
yeah,
parasitic speech thing instead of like translating.
yeah.
Because it's like,
That would.
how do you know this language to translate? Yeah, you're weird and all, but like, there's got to
Hmm.
be more to it.
Yeah, and for it to be instantaneous, it would make a lot more sense that like the alien is talking directly through her,
Hmm.
like just
And
using her voice. Yeah.
you question why her though. I mean, yeah, she's weird, or maybe she's the first. Like, I want more backstory on these other three girls. Um,
Yeah.
we
I do
did get
hope we
to
get
see
that.
we did get to see more of their personality, which I like the sort of like calm, cute black hair girl is actually easily flustered, but she's also got like this weird playful side where she like just runs out and like runs back. It's like I got a desk
Mhm.
out of nowhere, and
Yeah.
or like it's all about balance, and she just has like a ton of shit, and it's like where did this
Hmm.
come from?
Yeah.
Uh, we saw more of the yellow haired girl just like she's super acrobatic, so there's a
Hmm.
chance that like her background was in like a cheerleader acrobatic sport thing. Um,
Yeah.
the purple-haired girl trying to show how to ride it. It's like it's all about the mind, and she's just standing on it, but upside down,
Yeah.
and like the alien's trying to hold her skirt up to cover it. And it's just like, wait, really? It's like,
Yeah.
she's such a chunibyo. She's fantastic.
Yeah, she's good.
I liked how gay this episode was. There was a lot of Aoi Subaru, like, very gay moments.
Oh,
Which starts to get me closer to my conspiracy theory. But first, we have the scene where Minato and is it Minato?
Yeah, Minato.
Yeah, and Subaru meet again, and Minato's like trying to cheer Subaru up, and it's like, here, take this, and Subaru's like, no, I don't need it anymore. You can have it. It's like, really, and it's super excited for something like they think is pretty and cute, which we also clearly know Minato's the one stealing the pieces, right?
Yeah, it's obvious, yeah.
There's also like, why are you growing horns? It's like, I can't stop. It's like, it's cute. It's like, Minato grows horns. Wait a second.
Yeah.
Are they just hoping someone else is like them? There was parts in that scene that were really interesting to me when they're talking about Aoi.
Yeah.
Because Minato starts saying something like maybe she just wants to change, but the way she says it made it feel like it didn't feel like she was answering or following up on what Subaru said. It sounded almost like she was talking more about herself, possibly, because it like the context didn't feel right to the conversation, and it started to feel like maybe she wants to change, but like, is it scary? Like, they get into that whole people change thing.
Yeah.
Like how you deal with other people being changing in like friends, and maybe it's like multiple personality or something, or maybe it's like, I don't want to be like this demon with these horns, and maybe they're stealing the ship parts to try to like change themselves somehow, or it's clear the ship breaking 7 years ago is what broke the timelines, right?
Yeah.
Which are now coming back together. Possibly Minato wants to use that to like change themselves somehow. But like that scene really felt like they were just talking about themselves the whole time and not actually about Aoi.
Yeah. You're
Which,
right.
if you take it that way, is an interesting way to look at their character and how they're like, what their motivations might be, because we don't know yet. That's not my conspiracy theory. That's just looking into something that caught my attention. That could be completely wrong.
Yeah.
Did you have any thoughts about this scene?
I mean, not beyond that, I really want to know what's up with Minato and like their motives and like wanting to collect the things. Like, what are they doing? It's like, yeah.
I feel like it's shiny, cool. It's like a red herring to make us think that maybe they maybe they just like the pieces because they're shiny. But
yeah. I don't know. When they stole the one part, they seemed very serious about like, no, these are mine. I need these for a thing.
Yeah, which the stealing the part scene. Now this is my my crack theory. So this whole thing about them like rekindling their friendship, and it's super gay and they're all together, it culminates at the end where they're trying to catch these two pieces. They sing this old childhood song in tandem and catch them. Aoi, the blue-haired girl, catching the pink piece, and Subaru, the pink-haired girl, catching the blue piece. As they spin together and then tap together, Minato comes in and steals the blue piece from Subaru. My crack theory is this is all, like, it's clearly symbolism, but I think the stealing the blue piece, at some point, it's going to come back with Minato breaking the like the timelines again to where Aoi's not with them again, or Aoi is working for Minato and not because Aoi's also so shocked that Subaru's there and seems to. They're like, well, why are you so shocked? It's like, well, they left me. It's like, is that all? Could it also maybe be like, well, I'm betraying these people, but I don't know them, but I know Aoi. That's going to be, and it's going to make it more of a struggle to, and more of a conscious question.
Interesting.
That's my crack theory based on the symbolism from that one scene on how this episode's been going.
It's a very interesting theory. Huh. I hadn't thought about that. That's. Hmm.
Also,
Mm-hmm.
Immelman turn. Fucking
What?
what is with Japan and the Immelman turn? They
Oh,
they like
yeah.
explain it. What's that show I'm watching that I need to get back to and finish?
Ugh. I don't know. There's
The
like
other
2 dozen of
the
those.
other plane one that I watched on my trip to the States back in
Oh.
February.
Oh.
I'll find it. If you wanted to talk about your thoughts and stuff while I do this.
Mm. I don't know. There's one thing when they were doing the scene where they were like, teaching Subaru to fly better, and they're like, oh, they're really tired after flying for so long. Fuel, just drinking like strawberry milk to refuel. Like that's a silly little kind of cute detail of like, yep. And
I guess it also shows that like the magic does take energy. They do get tired from it.
mhm. Yeah.
Also, the show was Last Exile. They say Immelman turned in
Oh,
that
right.
show so fucking much. One of the characters nicknames another character Immelman because he does a really good Immelman turn. Like, I've heard that so much. I'm like, what is with Japan and the Immelman turn? Why do they like it so much? It's like the
Yeah.
one bit of flight, like, trivia that they always pop out. It's,
That's funny.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and at that in that scene when they were getting the engine part thing, and Minato like shows up for half a second and like flicks a thing at them and like it like split the engine thing into two.
Hmm.
That was a weird thing. It's like I don't know. That seems like a weird plan to have. Like yes, I'm going to flick this red dot at the thing they're trying to capture, and it'll all work out fine. And then I'll fly in and steal half the thing that they made.
I
Like that.
I
I
think
don't know.
what they had mentioned was it was
Yeah.
two parts, one on top of each other. I don't
Mhm.
think they split in two. I think they captured the other at the same time,
Mhm.
so it
Yeah.
would get in that loop and buy them time so they could steal it. I think they were
Yeah.
hoping to steal it before the other two got back, or they were buying time for
Mm.
Aoi to get there because
Yeah. True.
Aoi's going to do something, help get the parts and.
Yeah. Good point.
Or maybe they just didn't know how to stop them from spinning either, and they would have sold them immediately otherwise. And they're like, "Wait, shit, what have I
Oh
done?
yeah. It's like oh no, this has gone wrong. Oh
I've
no.
made a mistake."
Yeah.
Or
Finally, they. Yeah.
sorry,
Go
I was
ahead.
gonna say, or they're purposely leaving it to like when the others get so they can steal it so they can interact with them because that's their awkward way of trying to make friends because they don't know how to because they mention
Oh.
Minato clearly mentions not having friends and I still don't know if Minato is actually a boy. I don't think so. I think Minato is actually a girl.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know.
I think it might just drop in one like line like I'm a girl right or something.
Yeah.
Or
I bet.
ooh,
Hmm?
other theory.
Yeah.
Subaru starts to grow horns like Minato after hanging out with them too much.
Mm.
Ooh, ooh.
Oof.
Sorry, I like girls with horns.
It's understandable. Yeah. I don't know. Then at the end, they formed the Cosplay Research Club, which is, of all of the school clubs I've seen in anime, that's probably the best.
It's the excuse for what's her name to wear her witch hat.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the whole reason. It's just like we want the teachers to stop asking her about it. It's club
Yeah.
related. Please stop.
Oh, it's very silly. Yeah. It's a good episode overall.
I like the detail of the shoes trying to put them in
Hmm.
lockers. Like, wait, but it's the
Oh,
same
yeah.
one. And then you see later they have one shoe in each locker.
Yeah.
They're sharing. It's like that's gay.
Oh,
Ooh.
it's very good. Yeah, Aoi and Subaru are very adorable together.
I ship them hard.
Oh, definitely.
I
Absolutely.
ship most of these characters already. Damn.
Yeah.
Give me Aoi, Subaru, and Minato with like.
Yes. Oh, yes.
I shouldn't start. No, we're not gonna get into
Mm.
that. But good OT3, I think. If Minato is it.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, going back to that, possibly the way Minato talks about Aoi being
Mm-hmm.
about themselves and how or they're saying like, maybe she wants to change. What if Minato is a
Mm.
trans guy?
Maybe.
Ooh, there we go.
Yeah.
There's the spicy theory that I want to have real. That's not
Mm-hmm.
my. It's not a conspiracy theory. That's a good theory.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike she's going to brainwash or kidnap, or Aoi's evil, or Aoi's going to disappear somehow.
Yeah.
Still, if I
Yeah.
call that happening, I'm a fucking genius.
I can see it. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, when they're
Oh.
flying over
Oh.
the city and you see like the night city below them, that was really pretty.
Yeah.
I really liked how they did that. There was
Mm-hmm.
it almost felt like those weren't, or like those were actual like images. It almost felt like that they were flying over.
Oh. Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the song they sung to synchronize, because it felt like
Oh.
they didn't even catch on a beat of the song. They ended the song and like a second later caught it. It felt off. If
Yeah.
it's
That
like
was weird.
on a strong beat of the song, I wouldn't have minded so much. But it's just like not there was no beat. But I
Mm-hmm.
guess I really want some strawberry milk now.
Yeah. Me too.
I mean, I want an updated chapter of the Ruby Fix strawberry milk.
Oh. I mean, I just want some strawberry milk
I
to
mean, I
drink.
want both, but it's so hard to find strawberry milk here. Why the fuck can't I buy those little boxes?
Yeah. Well, it's because it's Canada and all your milk is in bags.
Actually, only like certain parts of Eastern
Mm-hmm.
Canada do that, but I'm moving
Oh.
to Japan just for boxed strawberry milk. That's it. Fuck the
Yes.
anime. Fuck everything. I just want boxed strawberry milk from vending machines.
Oh, delicious. So yeah, I don't have much else on this episode but you.
I think I've given out my crackpot theory. I still have
Yeah.
to come up with one for alderman. I
Yeah.
don't have one yet. I guess the Matthew saving the day,
Mm-hmm.
because that's generally not what would happen in a series like how it is.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's
Yeah.
my crackpot theory of that.
Mm-hmm.
Or Matthew's actually evil and kills off characters.
Yeah. It's like Ikta dies in the next episode, and then Matthew's gonna be the main character from.
Jesus, could you imagine?
Oh, that would be hilarious.
What
Be
a
so good.
twist that would be.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. It's like there's an accident during the mock battle, and Ikta is fatally wounded.
Alderman episode 4. Ikta fucking dies.
Oh, that'd be great. Oh, I'd be into that. Oh, yes, very good. So yeah, I guess you can find out next week. Does if Ikta dies? We'll be here to talk about it if he does.
Or if he
Yeah.
doesn't, unfortunately, we'll
Yeah.
also talk
Oh.
about that as well.
Yeah. So yeah, you can catch us next Monday on twitch.tv/saysome. Or you can catch the VODs at shenanimegans.moe on our YouTube channel once Saysome uploads those.
I'm busy
Reminder.
downloading all my Switch games again. I finally got a new micro
Yeah.
SD, so once the bandwidth is free, it'll happen.
Yeah. Alright. I'll make sure to bully you some more this week.
Alright.
But then you can also join the Shenanimegans Discord server at shenanimegans.moe/discord and follow us on Twitter at SaySomeBots and at that lastly.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much for watching once again,
Yeah.
and I hope you'll come back next week, where I don't know if it'll be a special episode, but there'll be some con talk. I'll maybe try to
Yeah.
talk one of my roommates into coming on just like for a part of the episode as like a guest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that could be fun.
Have you seen Haikyuu?
I've seen like 3 episodes.
I don't know if that's enough. I'm trying to think. Yeah, we need a guest eventually. Like episode 1, we're teasing getting guests. It's been 6 seasons. I need to make it happen. I need
Yeah.
to fulfill the prophecy. At least once.
Yeah, we'll get someone eventually.
Yeah. Maybe that someone could be you.
Maybe.
Yeah, anyways, thank you for watching, and yeah, hopefully to see you next week.
Yep, see you.